Alright. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic Lesson Known Classic. This is episode number 2701 and Doubleshot 2595. We have a Batman trade and some issues of Aquaman, which we're never collecting in trade for unknown reasons. First that we have is Batman Allies Alfred Pennyworth. Yeah, it's similar to Batman Arkham trade, just collecting various stories featuring Alfred over the years. The one story in here will kind of surprise you. Okay, so it collects Batman number 16, which is Alfred's debut. I'm not going to discuss the issue itself because I've kind of discussed this issue already in previous Golden Age books. We also have Detective Comics 83. One story from that one. It's a Batman story. Batman number 31. One of the stories this one. Inside Detective Comics 356. Skipping over this one because discussed it already. I think it was in Showcase Presents Batman Flame 1 or 2. Until Legend Batman. That was basically a review that with Tales of Batman by Lean Ween. I will be discussing Detective Comics 501 and 502, which is by Jerry Conway, art by Don Newton. There's Wayne and Wings Batman Annual 13, which skip over that one because I've discussed already. Same thing with Shadow Batman 31 because I've already discussed the whole series. I will be discussing Gotham Adventures, Batman Adventures number 16, written by Scott Pearson. There is a two-parter from Detective Comics 806, 807, 806. I've already discussed this issue already a while ago. There's also a story from Batman 31, Batman Volume 3, number 1, and number 3. Yes. Now, like I mentioned, the first story in here is Alfred's debut. The second story is to put this. Basically, Alfred goes off to a resort to basically drop a bunch of weight. Yeah. That's the big thing of this one. He basically loses a bunch of weight to keep up with the youngsters. Because they're so chubby. And basically, Batman and Robin foil some criminals. And Alfred kind of helps out too. He also grows a thin mustache. Yeah, basically, yeah, this is the first appearance of the slim look for Alfred along with his mustache. Then we have Armchair Detective, one of the many times Alfred in the Golden Age will get his own solo story. This kind of in a way is his first solo story, is him basically taking out some thugs. And I've already discussed basically the Outsider one and Until Legend. And then we have from 501 to 502. The Batgirl feature one I will be discussing in a future video when I get to it. The opening story, The Man That Killed Mela Mary. Yeah, Mela Mary, I believe, is an old character from, I think it was Sergeant Rock comics. And this mostly plays trying to figure out who killed her. That's kind of what this issue is. Of course, there's a guest appearance by Lucius Fox. Alfred is here as well. Millie Mary, yeah, here she is. First appearance of Julia Rack. I believe Julia Rack, is supposed to be, yeah, it's Alfred's daughter. This is basically her debut appearance, the Earth 1 version of the character. Yep. That's kind of in a way what this two-parter serves as. It's basically her debut appearance. And after this part, she appeared again in other books. Now, how is Millie Mary related to the whole thing with Alfred? Well, Millie Mary was a French resistance fighter and also Alfred's lover and the mother of his daughter Julia. who, a little fun fact, for some reason, she tended to have a romance with Dick Grayson. Yes, Dick Grayson. Not Bruce Wayne, Dick Grayson. Yes, one of his minor love interests, basically, that he's had over the years. And she came back. Oh, she came back. In Detective Comics, she's now returned to issue 332. Mm-hmm. Yeah, where she was a prominent recurring character in the Batman comics up until the end of Earth 1. That's kind of basically what this two-parter serves as. It's basically her debut. Very important for the Batman, for Alfred. It's mostly trying to solve murder, and then next we have in here, discussed here, is Batman Gotham Avengers number 16. This is the anime version of Alfred just getting kidnapped and basically freeing himself and taking out the kidnappers. Really interesting story here. I've never reviewed anything. First time I can think of these books to collect something from Gotham Adventures. But really cool stuff here. And that's pretty much it to talk about when it comes to this book. Just pretty good here. Nothing really bad per se. If you're curious about the Alfred Armchair Detective, that was actually the second of 4 stories in that very issue for Batman number 31. Yep. So I'm going to give this book a 9 out of 10. Next up basically is something basically that should be discussed. For some reason, DC decided not to collect these issues, but to collect the previous 6 issues as part of Water Breather. This is basically, next we're discussing is Aquaman, Volume 6, issues 7 to 14. Do not know why these 8 issues are not in trade. By the way, these are issues written by Rick Fock, and is this the same guy who wrote the previous issues? Yes. Though, same artist too. Is it continuing the whole thing of like Aquaman being banished from Atlantis? Yeah, pretty much continuing the same story here. Him take out this creature known as the Thirst. Yeah, that's kind of in a way the main bad guy for these issues. For the next 6 issues, that's pretty much the story for these issues. It's Aquaman versus the Thirst. It's this creature thing, and that's kind of what the book it basically is. And that's kind of how he deals with this thing. It also has Black Manta these issues, and Hagen. Hagen is a character who debuted in this very book, and who's got killed off before the book even concluded. His is like after these opening after issue 12, he's not appearing into issue 36, 37, like 2 years later. But what about the last couple issues per se of this little run? Well, John Ostrander takes over the title with issue 13. Yeah, it's mostly put just Aquaman save family during a storm with Joe Fern and Jim Fern artwork. That's kind of what basically what the issue is. And in the case next issue, it's just another standalone issue done by John Ostrander. Just him just referencing the whole thing, death of a prince. Now here's the fun. Now Tom Gummerwood did the arc for this issue. The very next issue begins a storyline that will pretty much consume this volume for the remaining 23 issues of this volume before it gets relaunched as Aquaman Son of Atlantis. But these issues are really good. Nothing bad here per se. My guess is probably the reason why they basically changed direction what they're going forward with the whole thing with the opening story. My personal theory is that the book at the time wasn't selling very well, so they want to change direction. So Sub Diego basically came next. Yep, that's kind of basically what they had to do here, because I'm sure the book wasn't as big as they wanted to. I'm sure when Sub Diego issues came out, that's probably when the sales went up and the stories became a lot better. That's just my assessment anyways. But yeah, so I'm going to give the issues here a 9 out of 10. Interesting that Rick Fox basically finished up with only 12 issues and have 2 issues by John Ostrander. Yeah, final thoughts, Rick Fox issues. They're interesting. It's just that nothing bigly right home out when it comes to Aquaman. It's like whatever story basically that was going on in the book. It's like, Yeah, let's just change direction because Rick Bach left the book. And have the writer of Suicide Squad basically the book. Though it's not Adam Glass. It's the original guy who created the popular Suicide Squad, John Ostrander. Not bad issues, but it's 2 quick standalone issues before we start the San Diego stuff, which basically brings a much better storytelling here. Yes. Another problem people probably have with these issues is, with the exception of maybe Black Manta in these issues, is like lack of familiar characters. I mean, it doesn't establish anything really excitingly new. It's just okay. Yep. But yeah, that's particularly it, particular view. Next up is going to be Black Butler. That's if it came out. If not, Blue Exorcist. Okay? Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit a dislike. Okay, next video. Bye.